Alright, first up here in Dark Cave, now that we can finally go through here and start talking about the Pokemon in here. First up we have Dunsparce. Dunsparce is kind of a weird anomaly, honestly. As you can see there, it's a normal type. It has a 1% encounter in this damn place. Its move pool is really good, but its stats are god awful. I will. I honestly wouldn't even recommend you to go after one of these unless you want to complete your Pokédex, or I guess want to be unique and try to work around its weird, crazy stats. And last up here we have Teddy Ursa. It can only be found in the morning, as you can see there on screen, and it is only in Crystal. It has a 5% encounter in the morning, so it's a pretty decent Pokemon, I would have to say. It's a decent normal type. Learns, the usual stuff that normal types are normally, known for. But yeah, it's somewhat decent, I guess. Can't go wrong with it. It's kind of unique. But yeah, it's decent enough. So if you want one, why not pick one up now? Alright, here in the Ruins of Alph, you can only find one Pokemon, and it is Unknown. Unknown is literally just letters of the alphabet and hieroglyphics, if you want to put it in that way. There are 28 total forms of it. In this game, there are 26, with each one representing each letter of the alphabet, and adding in the remake an exclamation mark and a question mark. Its stats are sucktacular, and the only move it has is Hidden Power, which, even though in the game's description it is a normal type attack, but yet it will deal out damage of any type other than normal. Alright, first up here on Route 32, we have our next Pokemon to go after, and it is Ekans. It can only be found in Silver and Crystal. Yes, its name backwards does mean snake. Anyways, moving on. It is a decent poison type. It is well known for learning the move Glare, which causes paralysis, and you can definitely use that against a ground type, even though most people would have Thunder Wave and it won't touch it. So, it's useful for that cause. So, yeah, it's a pretty average poison type, I do have to admit. So, yeah, why not? You can pick one of these guys up. Next up, we have our first electric type that we can encounter in the wild, Mareep. Now, Mareep is a pretty decent electric type. It's a slow electric type, but, if you're playing Gold or Silver and you need to go up against Faulkner, this is probably your best option to go through that whole entire gym in, I would assume, one full swoop. But just keep in mind, it is kind of slow, but, it's pretty good, I do have to admit. If I was playing Gold or Silver, I would definitely be picking one of these guys up, but since I'm not, I unfortunately can't. But if you are playing Gold or Silver, have at it. And last up we have Wooper, which is a water and ground type. A very unique type. You can find it in all three versions, but in the morning and at night. It only has one weakness of grass, and it has immunity to electric, which is one of water's two main weaknesses. So having the ground type is pretty good. Downside is it's pretty slow, but I mean, if you can get around that, it's pretty good, and it's kind of a precursor to what the water starter in Gen 3 will end up becoming, but a lot better. But we'll get there when we get there. Alright, so after obtaining the old rod from this guy, there are some Pokemon that you can fish for in some of the past areas that we've been to. So first off, we have Tentacool, aka the Zubat of the Sea. If you're going fishing and or surfing on the water, this is what you're going to run into. But they're actually pretty good. They can actually take a psychic hit pretty damn good. They got really good special defense. So if you want a good water poison type, or just a good water type in general, this guy won't be too bad. It's not bad of an option at all. I actually kind of like it. Next up, we have Krabby. Krabby is a pretty decent water type, I do have to admit. It's well known for its signature move, Crab Hammer, which has a very high critical hit ratio, but it's a physical attack, although it doesn't really matter here at this point. But yeah, it's a pretty decent water type. They're kind of slow, but they're decent at what they do. Next up, we have Goldeen. Goldene's a pretty fast water type, well known for using Peck and Supersonic, but it also holds the title as the first Pokemon to have a HM move naturally learned. In this case, it'll be Waterfall. We haven't had the chance to obtain that HM yet, although it will be coming soon. But just know, for right now, this is the first Pokemon in order that, started that tradition where you could possibly find an HM move naturally on a Pokemon. So, it's a nice title for it to have. And last, we have the god himself, Magikarp. The only move he'll ever know is Splash, which does absolutely nothing. It won't learn another attack until level 15, which is Tackle. And even then, its stats are still abysmally low. If you can somehow get it to level 20 where it evolves into Gyarados, you'll have a great Pokemon. I mean, you guys remember Skullkraken, right, from the last LP? He did a really good job of being our main water type. But unfortunately, I'm not going to pick up a Magikarp here in this run through. But we might encounter some evolution down the line. But yeah, for now, I won't even bother picking up a Magikarp. Alright, the only thing here in Union Cave is Sandshrew, which is generally seen as the counterpart to Ekans. It can only be found in Gold and Crystal. It's a pretty decent ground type, but honestly, if you want a good early ground type, I would recommend Phanpy, because it learns better moves. Sandshrew does not learn Earthquake level up. You have to give it the TM. So that's kind of a major thing that you have to kind of fight for. But, it's still a good, decent ground type, but it's just painfully average, honestly. So, if you want a good ground type, go for Phanpy, not Sandshrew.